Welcome, I'm Carrie, and this is my channel, Carrie Cooks with Colors, and I'm going to be making a wonderful dish today that uses the energy of the color red, and it's going to be a chicken dish that has red peppers and green beans, and it has coconut rice and some coconut cream in the sauce. And the reason that I'm making this is because every color of food has an energy to it, all of the colors of the rainbow, and our bodies are made of light, and so we need to eat living foods that have these colors of light in them. And when we eat red foods, such as red peppers and tomatoes and even red meat or any strawberries, so I have even a strawberry in my water today. It's filling our bodies with the red light that we need to be healthy, and specifically for red gives us energy, it gives us power, it gives us the energy that our root chakra needs. Our root chakra is the color red, and if we're deficient in it, we can feel lethargic or out of energy. And so I'm going to be doing all kinds of different dishes with cooking with different colors, and you happen to find my video on how red can be great for us, and especially if you are a person that has, if you're just an angel, you're just helping everybody, you're going out of your way to please everybody, do everything for them, and you're leaving yourself depleted, you have angel energy. So this video is for you. Angels, learn how to cook with red, fill yourselves up with red light foods, and enjoy. Dun, dun, dun. Here's the color red that we're going to be cooking with today, highlighting the red pepper. So let's get some chicken cut up, and go ahead and you'll want probably about 2 chicken breasts. My way of cooking is that things are not exactly measured and they just come out because I'm not getting worried about the amounts. So I just am chopping up 1 red pepper, and let's talk about the energy of red. If you are lethargic, if you don't have any energy, eat red foods. They're for vibrancy, energy, passion. You want those kind of nutrients and that kind of energy going right to your root chakra. And so just enjoy watching this juicy color red being chopped up into cubes that will go into the chicken dish. And even if you can think of the color of red, even if you don't like red peppers, you can bring that energy in, whether it's with tomatoes or strawberries or any other foods. So what I'm going to do first here is I like to cook with ghee. It's really buttery tasting, and you can just grab a skillet, or I just am using a wok, and you can see that I don't measure anything. So I just add a big 1 or 2 tablespoons of ghee. Go ahead and add the chicken in there. And you want to stir that up and start seasoning. So while the chicken is cooking, I like to add salt and pepper. And I want to make my dish a little bit spicy and a little bit flavorful today. So on hand, I have some sriracha, I have some soy sauce, I have some tamari. Those are just things that I happen to have in my fridge so that I could just have something flavorful. And I happen to have some red pepper today. That one has a little bit of garlic in it, but then I end up adding a little more garlic. So you can see that I just probably put 1 or 2 tablespoons in there, depending on how much you like heat. And get that sauteing, get those flavors going with the meat. So you've got the oil, the meat, and I like to cook it on kind of a low heat. I don't want the outside of the chicken to get burned or to cook too fast. I want the flavors to infuse into the meat. And here comes some more garlic. And so now that we're cooking and got a little heat going, you want to make sure that you cook it till it's almost done. It's probably 98% cooked. And so I took the chicken out when it was done, and now I'm sauteing the red pepper in some more ghee. And I happen to have these were frozen organic green beans that I happened to buy. And so I just had cooked them up just a tiny bit, so I wasn't adding them frozen. I opted for the frozen ones because they were organic. And so now a little more ghee, saute, just not all the way, a little more salt. And you can see I like to go a little bit more flavorful on the salt than maybe some people choose. Lots of pepper. And here's my tamari. And tamari has a little more of a sweet soy saucy flavor, I feel like. So I'm getting those juices mixed in. And what I was starting to explain is that the color of red, while we're looking at it or even just thinking about it, we're receiving those energies. So it's almost like we're getting an energetic healing while we're watching this cooking. So even if you don't make this dish, you're actually receiving a healing from red, because that's my intention today. I do Reiki, and if I set out an intention that I'm going to help heal anyone with red, that can happen. So I have about half a cup of water, and then I added some soy sauce and more tamari to that, because now I'm going to make a thickener. So it's probably more like a cup of liquid, and maybe 3 tablespoons of tamari, 3 of soy sauce, and 2 or 3 of cornstarch. And you want to add the cornstarch into your lukewarm room temperature water and get that dissolved. And then on low heat, you can just add that, and that'll just add a little bit of a thickener, because then we're going to add some coconut in a little bit. Oh, got to season it up a little more, little more sriracha. Get that blended in, and now I'm going to put the chicken back in. I had taken that out. We're going to mix it all together. And I add about half of a can of coconut milk. This one is coconut cream. So I'm letting some of that liquid come in. Probably about half the can. There's no worries about using the whole can. And just nicely mix that all together. And I had made some rice in my rice cooker, and I had used a whole can of coconut milk as part of the liquid in the rice. So I just replaced some of the water with a whole can of coconut milk, filled it up with the rest of the water that it needed, tapped go on the rice cooker. So I have a real coconutty, creamy flavor when it all comes together. A little bit spicy, a little bit salt and peppery, a little coconutty. And now for some extra red flavor, I've been growing geranium and with chemical free, and so I can add that on top of my dish for extra healing red energy, extra nutrients, extra visual delight. And I hope that you've enjoyed this healing with red today. I hope that you make this dish or remember its qualities of eating red.